This week we start a new stage of the fit out.
Stud.
We're taking you with us on an adventure
Up to something which we've been looking forward to for ages.
and we found a problem in the build.
So it's going to be very time consuming, but we are now going to go around all of the cladding, take out all of the screws that we've put in.
But first,
The flooring is finally finished.
welcome to This Tiny Life. We're Jack, Gabby, and this is Tilly. After living on the water since 2019, we're now taking on a new challenge. We're turning this boat into our solar-powered, off-grid floating home. Learning as we go and trying to use as much reclaimed as possible. Join us for the journey.
You're never going to believe this. After what felt like weeks,
I think I've probably cleaned about 6 boards. I don't know, that doesn't sound like very good progress for a whole day's work.
some would say months. You start the day positive, thinking, here we go, I'm gonna finally see the end of these. And then before you know it, it's like, what, 2 in the afternoon? And you're just so behind where you thought you were gonna be, even potentially years.
Spoiler alert, we are not going to finish this flooring today.
The flooring is finally finished. It may have taken us way longer than we anticipated to get it in, but now that the flooring is down, I just love it. It looks so good, and the fact that it's secondhand, it's reclaimed, it's obviously from like an old church hall or a school gym, where it's got those little lines painted onto it, where it was used as like a tennis court or a badminton court or whatever. I don't know, it just gives it so much character. Like one of the boards we put in has got the name Hannah graffitied onto it. I don't know, it just gives it a really interesting story, doesn't it? Anyway, the plan for today is we need to give this a good tidy up, because at the moment the boat is currently on a massive lean like that. Everything is off balance because we had to move the furniture. So we're going to move those bits back, hopefully level the boat out again and give this space a good clean up. Disgusting. There have been many injuries during the course of the build so far. We're only what, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks in? We've already gone through a whole pack of plasters.
I tend to cut myself a lot.
And then leave them hanging around, which is disgusting.
Get some of this dust down those cracks, fill up the gaps in no time.
It's rustic charm.
Fill up the rustic charm. I think that is probably enough cleaning for one episode. So whilst we finish up in here, we are going to pop on a podcast which Fiona recommended to us. Thank you so much for all of your suggestions of what we should listen to. It really helps us get through the build. So if you've got any other suggestions, let us know in the comments. And while we clean up in here, we want to share with you an adventure which we have just been on, which was incredible. And then we'll see you back in here in a sec.
Welcome to the Fern Podcast. As the season turns,
We've got a rare little bit of time away where we're not doing any DIY, any boaty jobs. Instead, we have come down to Sussex, where we're spending a bit of time with Gabby's sister, but we're also up to something which we've been looking forward to for ages. If any of you follow the amazing Forest by Fern on Instagram, and I think she's got a few YouTube videos as well, today she is doing a truffle hunting workshop. And we've been wanting to do one of these for so long. So that's what we're off to today, and we cannot wait.
We meet our group of foragers at a secret location in the woods. It's a crisp winter's day and the mesmerising sun is poking through the gaps in the trees.
We follow our truffle hunter around and his dogs as they try to find the scent of hidden truffles underground.
It smells good. It smells good.
So we haven't really been able to film much of the truffle hunting because they want to keep this. Yeah, they want to keep this location secret, and also the guy doesn't want his dogs on camera either. I realise how competitive truffling is,
because they're
but
worth a lot of money.
exactly. But look at this. Absolutely huge. This is one of the biggest ones that we found today, but we found all sorts of different sizes. They've all got their own unique smell. But yeah, look at the size of that. It's huge.
I just want to pause it there because obviously we couldn't film very much during the day. So when we first arrived, the truffle hunter told us that it was a horrible story, that one of his friends had his truffle hunting dogs stolen for ransom. So obviously he doesn't want his own dogs and himself to be identifiable on social media. So instead we thought I would share with you what we learned from the day in case you're interested in going truffle hunting. So the most important thing is the soil that truffles grow in. So they grow in lime, chalky soil and near a variety of trees, the most important being beech. So they grow near hazel, oak and blackthorn, but beech trees are the most prolific where the truffles will be. The ground also should have no growth, although they can grow where there's ivy. There's lots of these rules which are rules, but they kind of go outside of them. And the season for finding truffles is September to January, although again, they can grow outside of those times. The one big tip that we've taken, apparently, most dogs can be trained to find truffles, although we're not so sure this one is a working dog. And on that note, let's hop back in. We're heading back now to go and get some lunch with truffles on them.
I'm hoping for truffle fries, they're my favourite.
I'm so happy with that meat. I love it. If they're really tight.
Got another taste.
And then you can use those eggs, crack them, scramble them, poach them, and they're filthy. Jiffy eggs are my favourite.
What's it like?
Delicious. How fresh is that? Never had such fresh truffle. It's my perfect meal. Truffle mushroom pasta.
It was the most perfect day in the wild. But now, let's get back to the boat build.
We have cleaned up in here and now the flooring looks beautiful. The stove is in where it's going to be when we finally install it. So we now need to do a job we've been putting off for quite a while. So a couple of vlogs ago, Keith left a comment and let us know that the screws that we've put in our cladding, which is all over our walls and ceiling, are in the wrong place. So eventually the wood is probably going to start cupping and we went quite thin on our cladding. So we're going to have to take out every screw that we've put in, which we did in the centre of the board, top and bottom, and put in 2 screws on the left and right sides to stop it from kind of cupping and warping further down the line. So it's a very time consuming job, but better to do it now than have warping walls.
Alright, so quick update. It's taking a lot longer than we thought. We started where the door is, and Gabby, whereabouts are we up to?
Just past the first window.
Yeah, it's one of those jobs that's really fiddly. We've been going for about half hour, 40 minutes now. But we're getting there, slowly. I think it's now time for a lunch break though, so I'm gonna have some of yesterday's leftover stir fry out of an old mushroom tray.
We are about halfway down the boat. Now when we started this, Jack said, what did you say, it was going to be 40 minutes?
No, yeah.
He thought this task was going to take us 40 minutes to do all the screws. I said an hour, but we're on, I think, about 3 hours.
Look,
3 hours into this job.
As with everything on this build, it takes 3 times longer than you anticipate.
More than
The
3
general
times.
rule of thumb is to like work out how long you think it's going to take, also how much you think it's going to cost, and triple it.
I think it's quadruple it, honestly, awful. So we've got another 3 hours of screwing in here, but on the plus side, what?
It's making bad jokes.
Awful. On the plus side, I'm finally able to use a drill successfully. You might have remembered a couple of episodes back, but I had an absolute mare trying to get one screw in a floorboard. But now, I've done loads. But we are having to pause now because we have just had a delivery we need to go pick up.
Welcome to another glamorous location. We've just had the next part of the boat build delivered, which means having to get it dropped off in this car park. We did a video recently about the biggest compromises you have to make if you decide to live on a boat, and I'll link to that up here, and one of them is getting any deliveries for bulky things dropped off in random places and then having to lug it all the way back to your boat. So we've got to take this pile of wood up and over the bridge, up to Artichoke, and then we can start with the stud walls.
We're going to leave this out here and get back to rescrewing the cladding.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's time to learn how to do stud walls. We finished most of the rescrewing of the cladding last night. Only got the last few boards left to do. So today we thought we'd start off with a job we've never done before. Learning how to put stud walls up. I've done a lot of research watching YouTube videos and Googling. I am a little bit concerned because it's not quite the same as doing it in a house. Like, there's nothing straight on a boat. Obviously this wall here runs at like a wonky angle, so does this one down here. The roof is curved. Where do you begin?
Oh, she's just so good. She is just so good. Yeah, I love it too. I'm sunbathing with Mum. Dad, me Mum sunbathing. Right, come on then.
These two really put in their weight today.
Stud.
Stud, 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 stud.
So nice outside.
It's getting it so that you cut it so it actually looks neat up there, isn't it? That's the thing that's tricky. Because how do you do that? The first one's going to butt up against it. It's not going to go into the one on the floor, it butts it, and then you do another one going up. I mean, I'm saying that like I know what I'm talking about, but it was Danny and Joe. I just paused their video and just watched what they'd done. If they've done it wrong, then we're going to do it wrong. Right. Where are we going to put the wall?
So let me, oh no, you're bigger than me, so yeah, you stand there. Is that further enough away from the edge of the stove?
It says there, look, 45 mil.
Oh yeah, 45 mil.
Yes. I sometimes think that like walls are just perfectly straight or a bit overrated, to be honest. It's best to have a bit of character to them. Everything else in this boat does. Does that look straight? Where's that L thing? Are you at the top?
Yeah, I'm
So-
at the top.
It's
That
going to
look
be
straight?
around
That look
two.
straight? Yeah.
It's going to be around what? Two.
201 you're on there.
Yeah. So if I cut to 202.
Cut to 201 and a half.
What? 201 and a half.
Yeah.
And then we've got a bit of wiggle room.
We've got a bit of wiggle room.
Then yeah. Okay. Too big.
We did say cut it too big.
I don't know, it's alright there,
Got a wall.
Done. Easy. That'll do for today. Thanks for watching. I think it looks
Do
alright.
you think that looks straight?
Yeah.
Do you think that looks straight?
Can I talk through the system?
Yeah, talk through what we've done.
Hang on, let me go pen top off. Pin the tape measure at the top, using that board, and then use the set square to sort of line up with the back of the tape measure tape to get it so it's flush against it, which I think now needs to go that way a bit. And then done it the same this side, so that's like flush up against it. And then marked on the floor roughly where those 2 points are like central. Which is the only way I can think to get some sort of straight reference. It's too short
Too small.
for the angle.
Oh, you're nowhere near your mark on the floor.
Alright.
No, your mark on your floor is here.
That's straight there. Oh no, it's not. It's got to come back this way. Can you hold that there for me, please?
Yeah. Just gonna pop you there. You might not be able to see much, but
Line up like that.
right there. That's lined up.
Right. Now it's going to start getting quite tight. Okay?
I can't cope with it for me. The quicker we have a toilet in this boat, the better.
I think we should just get a shiwi.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to go. Camera's still filming.
Right, okay, with you standing there,
Yeah,
tell me honestly, does that look like it's straight?
I think that's straight.
Do you feel like we've nearly completed one wall?
I mean, I wouldn't say we nearly completed one wall, but I think that's straight. What do you
Yeah, but
think?
we've done the hard bit of, working out. Yeah, and if it's not straight, we'll just stand with our head on a slight tilt and it'll all level out. That'll
Yeah, I think we're gonna quit while we're ahead. So, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe, and we will see you next week.
do. Bye!